Okay, today I am attempting to make my first pumpkin beer. It's a cream ale, pumpkin cream ale. First time I've ever attempted to do a pumpkin beer, but I love pumpkin beer this time of year especially. I'm pretty limited as far as my equipment goes for brewing, so I'm not doing a full mash. I've done some partial mash, but this one is basically an all extract recipe, using the liquid Extra Light malt extract, as well as DME, a pound of the dried malt extract. And as far as the hops, it's the same kind of hops for bittering as well as the Aroma. And I'm going to put a little bit of Irish moss for clarifying, and then this little sachet of yeast. This one calls for rehydrating before use. There's also some various seasonings as well as real pumpkin. I'll get into that in a second. I'll have a list down below this video of all the ingredients, but this is basically cinnamon, nutmeg, ground clove, some ginger. I'm going to use brown sugar as well as some vanilla extract. Drew a blank there for a minute. Over here on the grill is my pumpkin. I purchased these kind of small, mid-sized pumpkins. They were called pie pumpkins at the grocery store. Supposed to be better flavor, sweeter. Anyway, basically cut them in half, cleaned them, and cut them into some manageable size chunks. And when this is ready, I will scoop the pumpkin meat off of the skin, and I'm going to put that into a grain steeping bag and ferment that, or put it in my brew pot and just let it soak until I'm bringing it up to a boil. And then I'll add all the seasonings, spices, towards the end of the boil there. But anyway, this is my first pumpkin ale. We'll see how it turns out. Like I said, I'm pretty limited when it comes to my equipment, so I'm rarely doing full mash. So this one, I apologize, is all malt extract. But I will try to give you some updates step by step along the way. Oh, this is my assistant brewmaster. His name is Sheldon. He's going to be supervising me today, making sure everything goes smooth. If you check out my rest of my channel, there's some videos on Sheldon, and I got a lot of other things on there. My vegetable garden, my fish pond, all that stuff. So here's all my pumpkin mash. The recipe called for, what was it, like 8 to 10 pounds of pumpkin. I basically bought 3 of those smaller pumpkins, like volleyball sized pumpkins. Roasted them. These are the pumpkin skin. Just scoop them out and kind of mash it up a little bit. I'm going to put that into the grain steeping bags and soak them in the water until I bring the water up to a boil for probably, probably 30 to 45 minutes. Okay, just as it started to boil, I removed the pumpkin bags. Now I'm going to add the liquid malt extract and the brown sugar. Let me do this one. You want to keep stirring this as you're pouring it in continuously so it doesn't burn on the bottom of the pot. Can you put the brown sugar in? That is it for now. We will boil it for 45 minutes. I forgot to mention we need to put in the bittering hops first. When this comes back to a boil, actually it's boiling. Put in the bittering hops and let that boil for 45 minutes. This is the reason my wife abruptly stopped videoing. Sheldon. He was coming to supervise the brew process, and I think he thought one of my wife's toes was a strawberry with the nail polish. Hey, you better stay away from this flame, buddy. He smells the liquid malt. Okay. I got a lot of stuff I got to tend to. I got to get rid of him before something happens. But I will get back to you in the next step. Okay, so I just had to skip to the end here because it got dark outside. The video wouldn't pick up good. But anyway, I finished my boil. In the last 5 minutes of my boil, I added the spices, the cinnamon, the clove, and ginger, and all the spices, and the finishing aroma hops, and then cooled my wort. And I'm just checking my gravity here, my original gravity, and I'm actually doesn't want to focus in. 1.050 on my original gravity, so should be perfect right about there, and should finish off, you know, probably somewhere between 1.010 or 1.014. I already pitched my yeast. I rehydrated it in the cup. There's videos on YouTube on rehydrating dry yeast if you don't know how to do it already. I just used 4 ounces of water, sprinkled the dry yeast on the top of the water. I covered the top with tin foil, let it sit for about 15 minutes, and then stir it in. The important thing is water temperature. You know, it said it on the packet, should be somewhere around 86 to 92 degrees Fahrenheit when you rehydrate your yeast. So anyway, there you have it. I'm going to check back here probably in about 7 days, 8 days, and see where we're at, and then I will rack it over to my secondary fermentation.